Welcome to the Clubhouse podcast, exclusively brought to you by Ausmerican Aces. Our podcast will be going live every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
The Clubhouse is our new talk show. We'll be chatting a little bit of the NRL, a little bit of sports cards, and a little bit of everything else that's going on in our lives.
Please make sure you have subscribed to all our channels and are also following us on social media at Ausmerican Aces so that you don't miss a beat.
Righto, let's get into the show. All right, welcome back for episode 2 of the Clubhouse. Thanks to everyone who tuned into episode 1 and have come back for more. We've got a pretty jam-packed schedule today, but excited to be back. Last week a little bit nervous, but we got through and it ended up being all right. So what today's going to involve, obviously the icebreaker to kick us off. We've got our Clubhouse around the room where we'll go just chat about what we've done this week, what's going on. We've got the NRL week review and preview, and obviously 4-point collectibles segment where we're going to talk sports cards, basketball World Cup that's coming up, Women's World Cup that's going on, the Tillies flying at the moment, and we've also got the big giveaway of the boots. So we will announce that at the end, but yeah, we've got them here lined up. Thank you for all the entries. There was way too many entries to count, but we've got our winner, so we'll announce that at the end. We do appreciate it. But yeah, to kick us off, we are going to start with our icebreaker this week. Good one last week, so well done, Tommy. Good one to kick us off. But this week, we've got one sent in. Money Munster's going to read it out, and we'll get straight into it.
We'll start with you, Paps. We'll go the other side.
We'll go
this way.
No, I think
Clockwise.
We'll go clockwise.
All right, boys. It's been sent in by Paps.fan.
Yeah, here we go.
So if you were, it's Paps' side little hustle. He's got a couple of accounts on Instagram.
Burner.
If you were stuck on a deserted island, what 2 things would you have?
If I was stuck on a deserted island, what 2 things would I have?
Yep.
Well, are we going like survival? Like, are we?
I reckon survival. But you got 2 things you got to have on the deserted island. You're by yourself.
All right.
There's no reception, so your Safari won't count.
Well, does that mean phone doesn't count?
No, we can go. Well, that's a good one. No phone.
No phone.
No phone. Island,
no phones. All right. So I'm thinking practically. I'm thinking I can just boil whatever water's on the island and just drink that. So I don't need to take water. It'll be there. Food will be there. What am I taking? I'm going to take probably a footy, just so I don't get bored. And what else am I going to take? That's actually such a hard question because I'm like, if I'm stuck on an island, what do I need? Maybe a sleeping bag. A sleeping bag and a footy. That's me.
Sleeping bag and a footy. You think about footy too much. I'm going to go a fishing line.
Ooh.
To catch me food, because you're not going in there bare hand. You're not catching anything. You're not killing a pig with your bare hands, mate. You need some tools. So
you fishing line. Pig with a fishing line.
No, sorry, but I'm going to be eating. I love my seafood, so I'll be catching heaps of fish, seafood, and that. So that, and then like you said, I can do all the other things. Yeah, I'm a bit of a countryman, so I can start fires with stones and trees and that. So
fishing line.
And then fishing line 1. And then my second one will probably just be, okay.
It's actually tougher than you think to think of
it is.
2 things you need.
So I need that fishing line to survive. And then something to have to keep me.
Where are we? Like, what island? Is it hot? Is it cold?
I'm going to go just a knife then. A knife and a fishing line.
What's a knife for? Just to gut the fish?
Yeah, like cut the fish up. I could catch a pig. There could be some wild things out there, bro. You never know what kind of island you're on.
There could be rocks.
Could be on Kong Island.
You could sharpen rocks and make it a knife. So I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, you can't do that.
That's your 2. Here we go.
Oh,
you've had plenty
2
of time
things
to think
on a deserted island. What would I have? I'm gonna have to say golf club.
Ooh,
just to hit some things, just into the ocean, see how I'm going. Might even get make a little stick and stick some things on there and hit them. That's a tough one. I'm gonna have to say.
Bianca's probably sitting at home.
I'm probably gonna go with you, Hughesy. I'm thinking I'm gonna go fishing line as well.
Fishing line, all right.
Yeah, golf club and a fishing rod, just to keep me occupied. There's no electricity, so unfortunately I can't have video games or anything like that, or I'll do those kind of things. So yeah, I think I have to try and keep my brain ticking over. So
I reckon that's a hard one to answer on the spot. But thanks, Paps fan. Do appreciate
that's the thing about the icebreakers. Like you, on the spot, you're just rattled. I remember last week the phone one, and I got home and I was laying in bed and I was just thinking, man, I should have done this. I should have done that. What about this app? But when you get hit on the spot, it kind of makes it a bit harder. So.
We do appreciate the icebreakers. Thank you for sending them in. There was heaps of entries. And yeah, as we said, we'll roll through this for the next 6 weeks after this to go. But yeah, there's plenty of entries for the icebreaker. So thank you. And yeah, we'll have another one next week. But in the meantime, lads, what's been happening? Another big week, another good result footy-wise too. So it'll kick us off, Munster. What's been happening this week?
Well, we got the win against the Raiders on Sunday, so it was nice to have a good game back at Amy Park. But for me, my baby's due on Sunday. So, yeah, look, it's exciting times. Not entirely sure what we're having, but the house is mad as it is already with 2 dogs and a baby as it is. So can't get any madder. So, yeah, look, I'm really excited to see how I go with the second one. But, no, just enjoying, obviously, the sport on. Got my nice Boomers shirt on. They're playing in Melbourne at the moment. So, looking forward to them playing tomorrow night against Brazil. So, hopefully the boys go really well. And then obviously the Matildas as well. So exciting times. What about yourself, mate?
Yeah, it was a good week for us footy-wise, I guess. And for myself, just overcoming a little ankle injury. So a lot of rehab during the week. And it was good to be back on the field with the boys. Good to be back at Amy Park. We haven't been there for a little while because of the FIFA World Cup. So it's good to be back out there. It really is our home stadium and we all love playing out there, and I don't know, our fans love turning up there, and they turned up once again. So it's good to put on a good performance for them.
How's the day game? We haven't had a day game in a while, have we?
No, it was different. We had a meeting at 12 o'clock, so I had to get up pretty early, obviously earlier times than usual. I'm in room with Hughesy, so we'd like to get up about 8:30, 9 o'clock, but I think I had to get up about 7:30 on Sunday, so it was a little bit different prep for myself. But yeah, obviously worked really well for us. We trained all week really well. So yeah. But what about yourself, Paps? Got a try on the weekend, which was exciting.
I did. I'm off the nudie run, so saved myself a lot of embarrassment there. But yeah, it was funny, right? So we obviously played on the weekend again with the Falcons, and it's a must win for us the next few games. So we beat. Who'd be versed? North's Devils, 40-18. And one of the last plays of the game, we got a penalty in front of the post, and it was like, there was a minute to go, and I was like, let's just take the 2. Let's worry about next week and get on with it. And then everyone behind me was like, no, let's keep rolling. Let's keep going. I was like, oh, righto, whatever. And lucky enough, the last play of the game, I scored my try.
Oh,
and
is that when you got it?
It was the last play. So, yeah, got off the new run. So I'll thank the boys for that one. Yeah, it was good. What's been happening? Not too much. It was a pretty hectic schedule. Flying in, actually. We flew up on a Friday, flew into Brisbane, got the bus from Brisbane to Sunshine Coast, did a clinic at a school.
Oh, yeah, clinic.
Into Captain's Run. After Captain's Run, had a feed, obviously slept at Sunshine Coast, got a bus back down to Brisbane on the Saturday, played in Brisbane, and then it was pretty much, it was play your game on your plane, fly back to Melbourne. So pretty hectic schedule, but yeah, it was good to see that. I think Storm won, Falcons won, our 20s won, and East had the bye. So I don't know the last time that happened, but all 3 grades won, which was good.
Can you confirm that you didn't take your strapping tape off your left hand before you jumped on the plane?
Yeah,
it looked pretty dirty, to be honest. Did you even shower?
It was straight out. It was literally, so similar situation last week where kids ran on the field and you signed autographs and whatnot, and yeah, we pretty much got told we have to be at the airport as soon as possible. So ran into the sheds, jumped into the shower. The boys are singing the team song. We're all having a shower.
Oh, wow.
Packing our bags as they're finishing the team song, straight in an Uber, straight to the airport. And then, yeah, that's when I put my story up on Instagram of walking the airport, still had my wrist tape on, and yeah, a bit of a grub.
Is
but
it true that you went straight out to the clubs with tape still on?
I took it off at the airport. We did head out after that. It was good fun. But no, I haven't. I actually missed an opportunity to play golf this week, which we will touch on because our man of the moment, Christian Welch, has refused to comment on last week's allegations. And we hear there was another game this week that he was a part of, and I'll let Hughesy dive into that one.
Yeah. So we played another game of golf with good old Welchie, and I think before before the game, he was actually willing to come in. I think we talked to him and he said he was going to come in and say his side of the story. But I think the day after, him and Jonah Pezzett went and played golf, and unfortunately took his lollies again. So I think he was a bit embarrassed. He didn't want to come on here and face up to the noise of losing twice in a row. And I think me and Mun have taken a lot of money off him, so I don't think he could afford the petrol or the Uber to get in here. So I got a feeling he's going to be filing for bankruptcy soon. So as a teammate, it's probably not a good thing that we're robbing him like this. But it was a good day down at Latrobe. Played at Latrobe Golf, and we played a format we played is actually a little bit different. It's called we call it sixes.
666.
Yeah, so every hole you can get 6 points.
Yep.
There was 3 players, obviously, so you can't do the natural way we play. So 6 points up for grabs each hole, and you play every 6 holes. So whoever wins that, wins whatever you put on with the money wise. So
you obviously play Stableford points.
Yeah, Stableford points. So you go off your handicap. Some boys are robbers. Their handicaps are very high when they should be low.
Yeah, you.
I'm not going to name any names, but
You are.
But yeah, it's a good way to play, and especially if your handicap's real like mine, it's a good way to play because it evens the playing field up a bit. So so for our mate Welchie, it's been a down time for him. But he scored a try on the weekend, so
He did. His first try of the year as well.
Yeah. He was worried about the nudie as well.
Yeah.
To be embarrassed. But he got one, so it's not all doom and gloom for him at the moment.
Yeah, at least he scored a try. And Money Munster, as you said earlier, got your Boomers jersey on there. There is a big group of us going tomorrow night to the Brazil game.
Yep.
Works out perfectly. We finished training at 4:30 and the game's at 5:30.
Straight into it.
But it probably worked out perfectly because of the Matildas. So thanks, Matildas. We appreciate you. I think tip-off was meant to be at 7:45 and the Boomers said, no, we're going to move it to 5:30 so we can watch your game. And we're just going to roll straight into that after training. So big group of us tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Did you watch their game last night? Absolutely dominant, the Boomers.
Paddy Mills is a gun, isn't he?
He's a freak.
I'm so lucky to be Australian and watch Paddy Mills, what he's been doing overseas. So I'm obviously excited for the FIBA World Cup, especially for Australia. I know Olympics I think we got a bronze. So look, really exciting times for us. Some young players coming through. So look, I think for us, we're just going to get better and better each year, or if not the next 3 years. So I'm really excited to see that growth. Hopefully Giddy's going to be playing some ball as well. I know he come to Australia for a couple of events, but imagine him and Paddy Mills together teaming up. So look, really excited to.
He played last night, didn't he?
Yeah.
I
He got a triple-double, didn't he?
Yeah, nearly. They subbed him off when he needed one assist, one rebound.
Yeah, so I think a lot of punters will be pretty disappointed in that. But yeah, look, it's going to be exciting to watch them. Probably close. I'm not too sure where Paps got his tickets, but wherever we obviously watch the game is going to be exciting. But touching on that, the way the Boomers obviously changed their schedule for the Matildas, I guess, just shows how much Australians are getting behind us and obviously the Matildas. So look, it's exciting for us as a whole group and a whole nation, and hopefully we can knock the Poms off.
Yeah, I know we talked about the hype last week with the Matildas, but after that French game,
It's another level.
Oh, it just went crazy. We spoke about it last week on our potty, but just about the hype that it's created in Australia. But then after that French game, just the way it happened too, I think it's the longest game in the World Cup ever, the amount of shootouts and all that. And then I think, Mun, you bring up how many people watched this, the most watched
it was
thing in
ridiculous.
Australia ever,
Since,
or maybe
Kathy
second.
Freeman or something.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy seeing all the reactions from, AFL players. And I think Paddy Mills came out and said that's why they changed the Boomers game so they can support the Matildas. So it's just gone to a whole nother level. And if they win this one again,
It's on.
crazy. It's going to be
Shout
crazy.
out to
crazy
Hughes's old schoolmate Mackenzie Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
We gave you a little shout out last week, and you come clutch. So hopefully this time tomorrow, we're going to be ready to go as well.
It was one of those moments where you'll remember where you were when you watched that game. You know what I mean? Crazy scenes. But they're on tomorrow night in Sydney, same time as Luke Combs' concert. So there is going to be in Sydney. It is going to be absolutely chockers. But Yeah, that's right. We love that. That's not too bad at all. But yeah, Boomers, obviously a really big win last night against, who was it? Venezuela.
Yeah.
Venezuela, I think. We're not winning by like 50 odd. Something ridiculous.
What a good team.
And then they were saying Venezuela only lost to France by 20. So France are known knockabouts.
Really good in that.
Yeah, so it's a good little form line, I reckon, heading into the World Cup, which we will touch on later in the 4 point segment. But we're going to skip straight ahead now to the big NRL week that was. We've already touched on our game a little bit, but there was a pretty impressive result on the weekend, keeping the Raiders to 0. I think it was 40. Did we get to 40?
48.
48-2.
I think, yeah.
48-2. So obviously massive turnaround from the week before. But on bigger note, there was some news this week with some teams going to Vegas. And unfortunately, or fortunately for some, we got knocked back. We got knocked back from the big Vegas trip. I think the teams are Roosters, Broncos, Souths and Manly. So yeah, we got knocked back. We're obviously a bit filthy, but how do we think it'll go? That's my big question.
I think it's exciting. A lot of people over in America watch the game on phones every now and then and go, "Oh, you guys are crazy. We're not wearing any pads,
man.
and
You Aussies.
you Aussies are crazy." But I think it just shows how tough the sport is. So it'd be nice to get a bit of a. I'm not too sure. I know, like a lot of people think, "Oh, no, they don't know their sport in Melbourne and they come watch regardless because of sport." So hopefully, people in America can go across to the games, and I know they might not know too much about it, but get behind the sport. You never know. I know they've got. What was it? Toronto. They had a Toronto Canadian team over there for rugby league.
Yep.
The Wolfpack. So hopefully we can get some traction over there in America and Vegas. So yeah, look, exciting times for them. I think it's this 5-year deal.
Is it a 5-year deal?
Yeah, so we're still a chance to go over there.
I think Belandy said he's going to rotate, so everyone will
Get the
get a
opportunity.
chance. So
Wait, so 5.
hopefully I'm not retired by then.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get one more year in there and be able to experience Vegas. Haven't been there yet.
But I reckon it's good. Like, I think when you take a sporting event to somewhere like Las Vegas, which is the sporting capital nearly, and obviously gambling as well, but I think if the NRL can do it the right way and set it up really good, that, you know, makes it a real good event, and then people will want to come back the next year. And obviously we've got 5 years of it, so they just need to do it properly, and, you know, I reckon they can do it. And obviously the product's going to be good. The boys, there's some good teams going over. It's going to be some quality games, so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. Obviously pretty devastated we're not going, but you know, hopefully we can go the next couple of years.
How do you reckon they'll do it? You reckon they'll do it like Magic Round? Do you reckon they'll just have one night where it's a back-to-back game, like a Friday night in Vegas, back-to-back games, or you reckon they'll go Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I reckon they might do Friday, Saturday, I reckon.
Friday, Saturday?
Just to make it a bit more exciting. It might be able to. I wouldn't mind even having a Magic Round over in Vegas.
Imagine that.
Having like Thursday to Sunday. Imagine that. I think that'd be exciting if
a few curfews on every team, I reckon.
A fair few. But it'd be exciting just to get that 4-day weekend over in Vegas, Thursday to Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Watch a bit of footy. I'm sure a lot of people will even come over from Australia to go to Vegas just to experience it. So there you go, Vlandis. There's another opportunity for you, mate.
I wonder how it'll work when they get back. Do they just all have the bye the next week?
Yeah,
because
pretty sure.
You'd be so jet
They start the week before.
Oh, so
round one.
zero,
round zero, and then
round zero.
they'll have the bye
Round
one. So,
oh, that's cool. And like they're like 4 quality teams too. They're all pretty exciting. They've all got someone who's just a star player. So, yeah, that'll be cool to watch. I think it'll be really good. I know they've tried to get some traction in the US for a while, but what better place to kick it off than Vegas? So, should be good fun. Can't wait to watch it. And yeah, hopefully we can go in the next few years. I think the boys who are under 21 are cheering. They're like, yo.
Yeah. I actually didn't think of that. There you go.
Yeah.
The boys would be cheering. Are you 21 yet, Paps?
I'm 21, mate. I'm a veteran now. Oh, yeah.
22.
But yeah, Vegas trip, that would be sick. But yeah, boys, results from the week. I think every top 8 team, I think we said last week it was a pretty tight competition, but I think every top 8 team won or had a bye. So not much has changed. But the beauty of that is there's more matchups this week. So I'll run through this quickly, but we've got some games that are deciding the top 8. Cowboys versus Sharks, that's 9th versus 5th, up at Townsville. So a tough game up there. Warriors Manly, 3rd versus 12th. I had this down as a bit of a danger game for the Warriors, to be honest. I think Manly can turn it around. Eels versus Roosters, 10th versus 11th. I think it's nearly loser of that season done almost. So that'll be a good game. And Knights versus Bunnies, 7th versus 8th. So I think the Knights going for 8 in a row, 7 in a row.
So I think
Seven, I think.
7 in a row.
7 in a row.
That's
So
Welch's comment.
Yeah, since Walsh's comment. Thanks, Walsh.
I've seen something today. That's already a sellout, that game. So
yeah, how
Yeah.
good.
up in Newcastle.
Yeah, it'd be interesting,
crazy.
though. They've
about.
lost Jackson Hastings the Knights to an ankle injury.
Is he out this week?
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
if he's out, but it wasn't great with a bit of a
Yeah.
swinging hit drop from
Got the hip drop, eh?
So from the Dogs. So look, he might not be out, but it didn't look pretty. He was limping there at one stage, but like you spoke about, there's a couple of teams that want to probably push a couple of teams out of the finals, and I think there's no better match than probably South and Knights at the moment coming in. Well, we got the Dragons on the weekend. Can't take them lightly either.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the Sharks and the Cowboys are going to be massive in Townsville. Cowboys have got probably one of the best roster teams in the comp. They get it together, they can play some really good footy. And then the Sharks have obviously been a bit up and down like us this year, so they play their best footy, Sharks. I'm sure they can beat anyone in the competition, but that's what you got to do. You got to try and be at your best to win games. So I'm really excited about that game, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a dangerous matchup. But like we said last week, we said it's a pretty tight competition. Everyone's versing each other in some weird way over the next few weeks. And I mean, after this week, it's another great week of footy. So I'm looking forward to that. But boys, just want to touch on the game from the weekend again, a bit more detail. You boys played outstanding, some free flowing footy, and back to our Storm footy. So how'd you feel out there? Obviously good to have the crowd back, but what worked this week that didn't work last week?
I just think we had a bit more focus on our defense a bit. We know we can attack well. It's just sort of just getting our defense right. And, I thought the mentality winning the game with our defense was really good. The Rockies really led that. And I think you sort of knew we were going to be on with our defense with that first bit where they had a couple sets in our, on our line, and we sort of turned them away a couple times, and then they went for the 2. And then they didn't score another point. So I think that's just something we need to do. Like you see, I know everyone talks about it a lot, saying, the best defensive team win comps, and it's no secret. That's why Penrith won the last 2 because of their defense. So that's something we just need to get back to. And I felt like we, took a big step at it this weekend, or on the weekend, sorry.
Any comments, man, or what? You scored a try. You didn't look too happy about it.
Nah, just a little bit clunky in attack a couple of times there on our left edge. Probably left a couple of tries left begging there for myself, execution-wise for myself. So a bit disappointed in that. So I felt like it was a bit of an arsey, fluky try. There was nothing on, and oh shit. Somehow I found myself through the line, but look, it was nice to get over, but I would have liked to obviously have it in a bit more exciting way.
Too hard on yourself. Did you score a try, Hughesy?
Nah.
No? So
The only person
9
on my
different
edge.
try scorers, eh? No one scored a double, but you didn't make the list. Like I said, Welchie off the nudie run, scored his first try of the year. But yeah, it was great to watch. Like I think that was the first time since 2013 that Canberra have been held to not scoring a try. So pretty amazing effort. Yeah, training was intense all week, wasn't it? You could tell there was some focus in the air, and I think it sort of fed through to our game as well up in Queensland Cup. Like, we had a pretty good defensive game and put 40 on North, who are back-to-back winners as well. So, all went well this week, I think, at training. Like the coach talks about, you train well, you usually play well. But yeah, big game this week against the Dragons. So I've got down here, obviously down in Wollongong. It's a bit of a tough road trip. We fly into Sydney and then get the bus down to Wollongong. Do we have any stories from any Dragons games down there? Because I do, from one of my first few games down there, but I was wondering if you guys do, because it's a place where just crazy stuff happens. So anything for you boys versus the Dragons?
Game-wise or like
You got something else?
Nah, I thought you had something else, to be honest, the way you were talking about crazy things. So
for me, I'm probably more game related.
Yeah.
I remember being in the World Cup with Chambers and Tyson Frizzell, and obviously Tyson gave Chambers a little bit of ammo, saying that obviously teammates didn't get along with Matt Duffy. I don't know how true that was, but Chambers just went along with it as a joke and kind of gave it to Matt Duffy in the game and said, mate, half your teammates don't even like you. Why are you playing for them? And apparently when they were Frizell went up to Chambers and said to him after the game, mate, why are you into his head for? He's coming at us thinking we don't like him now. So it just shows that like how bad Chambers was on the field mentally. He just tried to get under people's skin. And even though it wasn't probably true, he just wanted to make the story true, and it made obviously them blokes question themselves whether they were really good friends and that. So
Guess it worked.
I guess Chambers is one of them guys that when you watch video and watch shapes and that, like, oh, well, how can we find weaknesses? He was probably more finding trying to find out information on yourself to try and get under your skin, to be honest.
I remember he said that when I first used down here. He's like, yeah, we do a lot of video and whatnot, but if I'm up against my opposing centre, I'll go on their Facebook and I'll go way back and I'll find what they're about. I was like, what? But one of the best sledges in the game, Will Chambers. Quick shout out if he's watching. But yeah, I think sledging it's not really part of the game anymore, is it?
Probably not like it used to be. I don't know. Is there just more mics on the field now, or I feel like you hear way more in like, is it the refs mics or? I feel like back in the day you never used to hear anything, but now everything's getting caught up on little mics and that, and ref mics, and you can sort of hear a couple of things people are saying. I think Cheese, when he got in trouble at the Sharks game calling the ref something, that was you could hear that on the mic. So I don't know if you could hear that back in the day, but
you can't get away with much anymore.
So I think boys are a bit more tight-lipped now. So, but probably for mine, Dragons, I think I made my debut, not my debut, sorry, my Cowboys debut. Scored my first try there
against the Dragons.
Yeah, against the Dragons. So
there you go. Down at Wollongong.
The one on the water. What's the one on the water? Win.
Yeah, Win. Yeah. Win Stadium.
So that's probably my biggest
thing
there.
You Paps?
Well, one of my first NRL games I played down there, and obviously played in the ruck, and thought I was killing at the time, but probably 5 minutes before halftime, I did my rib cartilage. Like, I got jammed so hard and did my rib cartilage. Anyway, I went in at halftime, got an injection, went back out there, and I reckon I played 3 minutes of the second half, but like it wasn't my rib that was sore. I was just that gassed. I did like 4 or 5 tackles in a row. And I remember the last tackle was on the sideline and I pretty much just rolled off the field. And I was like, we're using, like, I don't know if anyone, but like Craig's real precious with his subs and like when he wants to use them and whatnot. But like I was 3 minutes in the second half and using one of his subs, and I don't think I went back on either. I think it was filthy at me, but I just remember that stadium because I remember that game. I was cooking. It might have been Billy Walters' debut, actually. Billy Walters back then. But yeah, that's my story from Wynn Stadium. It's just it was a cold night too. It was raining. It was gross. Yeah, but that's my story. Rolled off the field 3 minutes in the second half. Beautiful. But boys, Dragons this week, obviously, they haven't had the best year. Change of coach, but they've still got a pretty good roster. So it is a dangerous side. What's the focus for this week, and how do you go about that sort of away trip and regrouping after the performance we had?
I think it's just keeping the standard high at training and keeping the same mentality we had. Like you said, they're going to be dangerous at home. So, we need to be on top of our game. We need to be on top of our game against every team in the comp at the moment. So I feel like we haven't really done that this year. We've been too inconsistent. So this is a good time to bring some consistency, especially coming into the back end of the year and coming into finals. And every game's pretty much a must win right now. So, we need to be at our best to beat this team.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think we got 3 games left. So making sure we get that top 4 finish. That's the eyes on the prize and trying to get that double bite of the cherry. So yeah, I think if we think we're going to go down there on Sunday and have an easy game, Saturday. They obviously got another thing coming, so we need to make sure. Well, you spoke about having those standards high, train really well during the week, and just be confident about our footy and just focus on ourselves. And if we can do that, it's going to obviously be a really good night for us. But play like we dished up against Penrith or Titans or Bulldogs during the year, it's going to be a similar scoreline or similar loss to us. So yeah, looks to go there and just play the consistent footy that we know we can play.
And you said Yonkers due on Sunday.
Father's Day, yep.
Father's Day. How do you go about preparing for that? Because that would be tough mentally, I imagine. No one just plays Saturday, but you'll have to probably fly straight back on the Sunday, if not Saturday night. So how's that all for you at the moment? Yeah,
look, it's a bit nerve-wracking. I'd much rather Bianca be due either Wednesday, tomorrow or Thursday or even Friday.
Yeah.
I could fly in there. So She hasn't made it any easier on me going Sunday. So I'm probably going to obviously finish, get on the red eye, head home, get the mitts out, get ready for the baseball and then just wait for it to come out. A little fastball. But nah, look, I'm really excited to have my second child. So I'm not entirely sure, like I said, what gender, but yeah, I'll have to be rushing home because I know Bianca, she wouldn't be too happy going into labour and being there by herself. So
True.
We'll have Paul Jackson there sitting there stroking her hair going, it's going to be all right. So, I look excited, but yeah, look, it's just focus on Saturday and then I'll focus on taking a tough carry on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it, honestly. That would give me the biggest head noise, but yeah, due Sunday, so that'll be good. Just how about Harden's comment? Did you see Harden's comments?
I've watched it.
It's their owner, isn't it?
Where was he doing that?
It must have been like just a little seminar,
like a basketball
clinic.
camp or something.
It was so rogue.
It just went off at him, eh?
For those who don't know what happened, I don't think it's controversy, but it's just super rogue. But James Harden come out and said some things about the 76ers owner, Daryl Morey, called him a liar and said he will never be part of an organization that he's a part of. So pretty brutal call that, but it just got me thinking, how do you reckon that'd go down if you said that to Trippy or Tommy, our owners?
Yeah. But he obviously doesn't want to play for them. Is that right? He's requested a trade, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he requested a trade and they knocked it back and just said, no, well, you're coming in. So
and then he just sprays him like that.
Sprayed him, yeah.
So he obviously wants to get out. Imagine saying that to your owners. Oh, I reckon you'd be out the door pretty quickly. And even doesn't matter how much of friends you are with them or you're close with them. I think you'd be brown bread. I could imagine they'd have that much under the sun and how much power they would have. You wouldn't be able to take them to court.
No way.
You lose all your money in court. So for me, I think I just bite my tongue. I remember getting in trouble, like obviously when I was off contract. It's obviously when a media guy, Jono, kind of asked me about Queensland. I said, oh, look, I'm from Queensland. I wouldn't mind obviously venturing that idea. And then he come in and goes, oh, Munster wants to go back to Queensland. And I remember Trippy and them going, ring me and going, mate, are you like, what's wrong, mate? Like, cause you like, are you serious? You want to leave? And I was just like, oh, no. I don't want to leave. I want to stay. And then, but that's just how much the media obviously in Queensland just want to change the narrative. So, look, I was very scared when I got the phone call. Don't worry about that.
I reckon he must have done something there, Daryl, one of the owners. He must have done something real dodgy for Harden to lash out like that, I reckon.
Well, Chris Paul said something similar.
About the same guy?
About the same guy. So I don't know what the go is, but it's funny, like
in the world.
Sometimes you think too, like maybe gets like your situation gets lost in translation where you've said something and then they take it out of context, but like it's literally James Harden just standing there talking there,
just
like,
saying he's a liar. You don't even know what's on the other side. It could be like a kid's it could be all kids just sitting there like a kid's basketball clinic.
Imagine it was just like a kid holding a sign and he's just like reading it out. Like, can you please say this and I'll give you
Mate, it was weird. But I think just with the egos and the individuals over there, I reckon it's a little bit different to here, where they're just, because they're such big personalities and so much power, so obviously so much money, I reckon they would clash a bit more than what we would do here. We're more of a team-based thing where I reckon they're a bit more individual over there. I don't know why. I just from outside looking in, I swear heaps of stuff like that always happens over there, like getting in fights with their clubs or, owners, players off the owners or players off coaches and all that sort of stuff. So, it must be different over there for sure.
I do think you're right, but I reckon that ties in perfectly with, excuse me, the Aussie culture, right? Like you look at the Boomers at the moment, that's probably the one thing that the Boomers have that every other team probably envies is like, we are tight. Like there's veterans in that team and there's guys that's their second, third year playing in the NBA, but they've all got that one goal to play for their national team. It's like, I reckon that's a massive advantage for the World Cup coming up. And I know USA are favourites, Canada are second favourites, but we're sitting there third and it's like, it's going to be a similar story to the Matildas, I reckon, where we've sort of been written off and you got your top teams, but I think that's so underrated, that connection part of things. So they are third favourites in the World Cup. Like I said, USA favourites, Canada around the top and France and Aussies around the same there. But big news for Greece, your man Giannis out, man.
Disappointed. I would have loved to have watched him play for Greece. I wish he was an Aussie. But yeah, look, it's massive news for Greece. Like I know they weren't probably as strong with him then there. I know he's probably been the best player in the comp for a while with Embiid, but I just think without him playing for Greece, I think they would be about 101 to win now. So it's a bit disappointing for obviously Giannis, but I'm pretty happy. Hopefully the Boomers never had to play him.
Puts the Boomers a little bit closer to winning.
Hopefully they're in the draw. I haven't had a look at the draw, but yeah, it's massive news. And some other stuff. The other night, Rome, you did our 4-point break.
Yes.
Half case of Elite, which we will do a pack each later.
Yep.
So if you are hanging around to the end, we will be doing a pack each of the NRL Elite, which just got released last week.
Yep.
And we're chasing the auto for that. But I'll let you take it away because you had some massive hits on Thursday night.
No, it was good. Done a half case break with our 4 points collectibles, obviously, and got an early look. I think they were released on the Friday.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
The Elite 23 were released on the Friday, and I've done a break on the Thursday night just online. And yeah, we pulled some pretty fire. We obviously chasing you, Paps. Chased the old Papi auto, and we actually got one. So I sort of talked it into existence. I actually didn't think we were going to get it, like, to be honest, but it actually come out, and I was actually so surprised I was going off my head. I think there's a reaction photo or something where I'm just like, what the hell? And we got a Fisher Harris auto as well.
Yep.
That was a really nice one. So Fisher auto. I think we got a Hastings auto, Tomoko number 5.
Yeah, wow.
And a couple of other ones short number 2. So it was actually a really good break. I didn't expect it to be that big, but there was a lot of hits in it. So
We got the OG.
who?
Halfback, one not that many Dally M's.
Oh yeah, actually Jono.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Jono.
He got a vintage one.
Masters series.
Yeah, right.
The Origin one. Actually, because if you watch the break, I was talking about it because his Master Series card kept coming out, but it was just like the bases.
Oh,
So like it was just base, and I was like, oh, it's got so many Jonathan Thurstons coming out. Surely we pull an auto. And then I seen it, and I like put it at the end, and I was like, holy shit.
What was an auto?
Yeah, it was an auto.
Oh, no.
Thurston auto.
Holy heck.
And I like seen it, and I was like, holy shit, I just talked into existence. I put it down. I had a couple packs left to go, and everyone was like commenting, oh, what about their last card? Because I didn't open it until I showed all the hits, and then I slow played the Thurston auto, and it was crazy. Actually, I was like, "Holy shit! I forgot about that." Actually, it was so good, and I haven't seen much of his autos either. Like JT's a guy that I haven't seen much of his autos. I don't know if he signs much or whatever, but yeah, that's probably one of the first auto cards I've seen, and it was really nice. It was Origin, maroon, and then it had the gold texture. So
Was it numbered as well?
I don't think so. Not sure.
Was it numbered?
No, it must have been. All autos, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, he's a master.
I think it was a base one.
Because I think last year was Darius Boyd.
Yeah, I think Darius was one of the last couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now it was JT this year.
Yeah.
But it
So
was
we
a nice
got that
card.
too. So, man, yeah, we've pulled a lot of fire out of those.
How's it like
Some happy
whole
customers.
speaking things into existence? Like,
I know. It was,
that's a real
it
thing
was-
in the card world, isn't it?
bro, it
Like,
was so weird. I was honestly just like, oh, we got to get an auto now. We've pretty much got all of his other cards. Like, and then it popped up. I was like, holy shit. It was good.
After hearing how many cards or how many autographs you pulled, I was thinking, Jesus Christ, I can't remember that since when we were in 2020 when we were breaking cards there.
Yeah.
There's how many, like in those noir sneakers I pulled and that. It was just like crazy.
Especially just to get a Papi one on our first break, like our first elite break, and then we pulled one of your autos. It's pretty cool.
It's it's so funny, right? Because it's like you just don't think you're going to get it, but I'm like, I signed that many cards that surely we will break one of them. But that was the first half case we did. I think the second half case is already sold out, and we got a third one on the website. So it's like it's pretty popular. I think people once they saw what it was, they dive into it, and I think we're going to break on Thursday night again. So
And they're very nice cards again. Like Elite's always got nice cards though. So, but they've done a awesome job again, and my photo's ugly as always. So it's good.
But there was actually, I watched a video earlier in the week where one of the Tillies, it might have been Lydia Williams, she actually like collects them. She's got her own booklet.
Wow.
And she was like collecting the cards and putting them in there and like opening the packs up and everything. It was like,
She get the girls to sign them?
Yeah, I don't know, but she's like, I think she needed like 3 cards, and then she opened a pack and got one of those 3 cards, and she was stoked. And I was
had
like,
the full thing.
well, there you go. So,
Good.
they're just running everything at the moment. The Tilly's girls, it's outstanding.
What about Courtney Vine's penalty goal? I was hoping Mackenzie Arnold ended up hitting the match winner because she saved the goal, and then she hit it. And I thought the keeper didn't even move. I was like, oh, it's in, and then it hit the post. So we almost had 2 or 3 chances to win. And then Courtney Vine just ended up coming up clutch. It was remind me a bit of that. I can't remember his last name. Is it Aloisi or
Aloisi?
Aloisi.
Yeah.
Just like that. Obviously, when they run around, it just remind me a little bit of that.
Have you seen the back-to-back photos?
No, I haven't actually. But just because obviously when I was younger, going through and watching it, that's all it reminded me of.
Yeah, but it could have gone either way. Like, it's just amazing the way it ended. But it's like I said, it's one of those things you'll remember exactly where we were at the time. So, were you boys? What were you doing when it was happening, the penalties? I was on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
We were on the plane.
There was heaps of people on the plane watching it.
It was like, so it was funny. We were on Qantas, which we never go on Qantas because like Virgin or Jetstar. But we were sitting on a Qantas flight. I remember taking off being like, oh no, penalties are about to start. But then they said, oh, we've got Wi-Fi. And I was like, oh, sweet. I'll throw it on.
Yeah.
My phone wasn't working. So I walked down the plane, sat next to Grant Anderson, and we were just watching on our phone. And he was ahead of the whole plane. Then it glitched out. So we started watching the person next to us and he had it on his phone. And anyway, like when the last penalty kick came, we were probably the furthest ahead. Like our stream was pumping. It was going good. Full clear screen and everything. And she kicked the goal and I remember just like bumping Grant. We were just cheering and the whole, like no one knew yet.
No one, yeah.
5 seconds later, the whole plane erupted. It was like, how good's this? Like it was amazing. It was like one of those things where even when we got to the airport in the first place, the game was on. The airport was busy, but it seemed like a ghost town because everyone was just quiet watching the TV.
It was like a pin drop, yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. But what a spectacle. Massive game tomorrow night against England. And if we win that, that's huge. Final on Sunday.
Where's that
Sydney. Yeah, I think is it Stadium Australia? Is that what they call it now?
Yeah.
Called ANZ?
Yeah.
Cool. Is it cool?
No,
I think they've changed it because when they come to soccer, like ours is Amy Park for like rugby league, but they call it the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
For like soccer. So I don't know, they might have different names than that for when soccer's played. So I think it is Sydney because Melbourne and Brisbane are already they're done because I think they're back. I think Brisbane Broncos are back at Suncorp now.
Suncorp, yeah.
And
the Core's back as well, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh, so it must be the other
It
one.
must be ANZ, or I don't know what they call them, Stadium Australia, but they should get 80, 90,000 to that. Easily.
You can imagine just people being at Luke Coombs concert with their phones watching Luke Coombs and then watching the soccer, the Matildas on the same time.
I wonder if he'll have it on one of his side screens. You know how they do that sometimes? That would be cool.
He seems like a dude that would do something like that.
My call, he'll wear a Matildas shirt.
Oh, that'd be outstanding.
Because USA are out. So like,
no, you're right.
There's no conflict.
He just seems like a good fella that would do something like that. You know what I mean?
We've seen all like the Broncos boys getting photos.
Getting around him.
Seen Trell Mitt put up a photo today with his South jersey with his name on the back of it. So
Coombs went to, I think he went to All Blacks game.
Oh, he did too.
Yeah, he went into the sheds with him. So seems like he gets around the sport, or he's just having a look around while he's over here.
Probably just connecting with teams around here. He might need to come over to Australia every now and then and.
Yeah, you play in the front row, couldn't he? Stick him in the front row.
Yeah,
easy.
Ball playing lock.
I don't know if I want to ruin his voice. I want to be listening to his country music until I die. So
elbows in the throat. But anyway, on the back of that, we now have our giveaway of the boots. So we do have our boots here. Like we said, thank you for all the entries. It was amazing to see all the comments and all the tagging and whatnot. It's a pretty sick prize. We do have one winner, but before we get to it, just want to ask you guys, if you could get one piece of memorabilia off any person, sports person, dead or alive, who would it be and what would it be? We've obviously, this is off the back of our little boot giveaway now, which we will announce the winner to, but
is that another icebreaker?
I'm going to put you on an icebreaker right at the end of the potty. Any sports person, dead or alive, memorabilia, what would it be and who would it be?
Oh, there's so many.
I reckon. Two.
Got two. Righto.
Yeah, I've got Tiger Woods' green jacket.
That's a good one.
Signed.
That's really good.
Signed. Or Michael Jordan's first ever Nike pair of shoes he wore signed. I think that's the two blokes that I would love to have memorabilia about.
I'm going to go off the back of yours. I'm going to say one of Michael Jordan's rings.
Oh, hang on.
Bro,
That's not bad.
I was going to go one of Tom Brady's rings.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Same
And I was thinking,
Bro, how
obviously
sick
he's
would
not
that
going to give anyone his ring, but imagine doing something like that, bro. That'd be
Times are tough, boys. They might
crazy.
sell them. Times are tough.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't think it's going to be tough for those two.
Interest
blokes,
rates
I'll
up.
tell you that much.
Interest rates. The boys might better pay their
I'll slide into his
mortgage.
DMs. I'll slide into his DMs
Hey,
right
Tom,
now.
Jahrome here.
Who did I say? Michael Jordan. Does he have
Michael Jordan.
Instagram?
He does have Instagram,
Yeah,
but let's be honest,
yeah,
he's probably
checking
not
that.
worrying about us.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Just
Ryan
recording a
Papenhuyzen here.
podcast.
Mr. Clive Churchill Mills here. Any chance we can swap?
Do you
Can
want
we
to
do a
swap?
swap?
Give you a swap. Give me my Clive 4.
Oh, that would be us. But how cool would that be? Just, like, I dead set pull out our grand final ring once every couple of months just to look at it.
Just have a
Like,
geeze. Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh?
Actually, I wore it to our 25-year dinner
Yeah, you
because
did too.
I was thinking to myself, I'm never going to have the opportunity to wear it to anything else. So I thought, you know what, I'll get it out and get the dust off it.
Yeah, good.
Hey, you can wear it to your Bucks party.
Yeah. I'll lose that very quickly.
Wear it to your wedding.
I'm married to the game, though.
All right, without further ado, our winner for the giveaway, we'll get a little drum roll,
There was a lot of people.
is Jordan O'Connell.
Oh,
Congrats,
let's go,
Jordan.
Congrats, mate. It's we really appreciate it. Obviously the support. And we appreciate everyone for tuning in for that first podcast. It was massive. We do appreciate the support. But yeah, Jordan O'Connell, you are the lucky winner. So
Congratulations, mate.
you will get these boots, and I think you've tagged a couple mates in it as well. So I'm sure you'll
Make sure
share
you
them with
share
your
them,
mates. But yeah, good on you, mate. Congratulations. Some fresh shoes, and yeah, we'll get them sent out to you ASAP. So thanks for that.
Also, I'll be looking on eBay too, mate, if you're trying to sell them on eBay. All right? So you're watching you, mate.
Nah, but thanks everyone that took part. There was a lot of comments and a lot of people getting around it. So appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the support for the potty last week too. First one, it was good to get some feedback from everyone, and it was all pretty good stuff. I think some of my close friends sprayed me just for how I looked, but that's normal. But yeah, it was good. Other than that, so yeah, thanks for all the support, everyone.
Munster, anything? You want to thank your fans out there?
Just want to say thank you guys for listening. We obviously had a really good podcast, episode 1 last week. Obviously next week. But if you have any ideas of any athletes that you would like to have on board, I reckon just obviously send us a message. We can try our best to get them on the potty and have some obviously different voices on here just to get a bit of a different summary or different way of obviously prep and preview with AFL players, or we might even be able to get a Boomers or a Tillies player on here eventually once Hughesy pulls his finger out and talks to Mackenzie Arnold. Yeah, mate, but that big having her on here.
Famous now, man.
But yeah, someone like an AFL player we could try and get on and obviously talk about their week and see how they're going maybe around finals time. So yeah, look, it's really exciting times.
Yeah, big shout out to Ads and Dunks as well, who gave us a little shout out before our podcast and gave us that confidence we needed to go ahead with it. So thanks, boys. We do appreciate that. But yeah, that's it for today's potty. So thank you for tuning in. We will be back same time next week. And for those who are wondering when the card break is, we'll be doing that right now. 3 packs of NRL Elite, chasing the auto. And I think we're going to start off with Munster. So thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we've got the card break now. So wish us luck.
Let's go, man.
Here we go.
Thanks, guys.
Auto,
Ausmerican
come
Aces.
on, Auto. I was going to say, wish Try July was on. I've seen the boys, Edsy and Dunks, do the A celebration.
Yeah.
I know we weren't in it while Try July was going, but if we were, we could have chucked up some aces. I don't know did anyone score?
Could have jumped in.
Yeah, could have jumped on.
Are you on
Are you
straight
happy?
away?
How happy are you?
You look happy.
Nah, I'm not.
All right, go on.
Go on, Buzz.
Jackson Hastings, Newcastle Knights.
You spoke him into existence.
I did.
We did speak about him before.
We got an auto of them last time.
Joe Offengowie, West Tigers.
I'm hoping for
Blake Brayley, Cronulla Sharks. Warriors checklist.
Or he's
Oh, little Sel and Cobbo. Indigenous
that's cool.
All-Stars. No, not graded, but
not
it's
numbered.
nice.
Not
It's a
numbered.
nice. Nah, not numbered either. Joseph
To Pine.
Joey Taps.
Taps. I'm just going to go Joey
I don't know.
Taps. I don't want to be disrespectful. I always.
Tuppenny.
Tuppeny.
Yeah.
Tuppeny. Sorry, guys.
I think.
And Sam Verrills from the Gold Coast Titans.
Can you hurry up, bro?
And
You want to tell us their whole bloody Wikipedia as well?
Mainly Sea Eagles.
Born, I didn't get much, a lot of bases. So Trail, Hudson Young, Ruben Cotter, new recruit. That's one of the inserts. Reed Marnie, Dane Laurie. These are like, I think they're bases, but they're just a different type, like the black ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're actually nice. They do them for a few of them. Oh, actually, no, that one's not. Sorry. Checklist. Makasibo.
Yeah, remember the Roosters checklist I got last week?
Yeah,
one?
black. Yeah, sorry. No, that Dane Laurie one wasn't one. Sorry. That's just a base. That was just colours. But there's like a black insert and it's actually really nice. I pulled a couple the other night.
So I'm winning at the moment with my Indigenous All-Stars, Selwyn Cobbo.
No autos yet, but I've got Jaden Sewer, St. George Dragons. Cameron Murray, South. Cowboys checklist.
Oh, hang on, you might have got me.
Oh,
What is
no,
that?
I don't know. Is
it a booklet?
No, it's not a booklet. I'll put this card last though. I think it's one of those ones. Oh, come on.
What is it? Redemption.
Nathan Cleary, numbered 6 of 22.
Oh, that's
There we go.
Why do you always get the good packs?
I don't know, but I got the magic touch at the moment. 6 of
what?
22. So if you zoom in, you can see the number down there.
That's nice.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like
I might get him to sign that. I'll hold on.
there
to
we
it.
go. That's a really good card. Oh, it's like it is a color. I don't know what color it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it would be a colour.
Dane Gagai, Knights. Jermaine Osako, Dolphins.
Oh, I thought that's auto.
Fisher Harris, and then this is
That's
the one.
Yeah, that's it. So I don't know what it is.
Is it like just the silver?
Is it must be
Yeah,
just a silver
I think it
highlight?
is.
Silver.
Silver highlight,
But
maybe?
it's
That looks
yeah,
sick.
but it's
Yeah, of Ben Hunt.
but they're all darker black. So
Your mate Dozer.
and that's what else I got actually. I got a redemption, Latrell, Indigenous All Stars patch. It's like a jersey patch.
Oh yeah.
Patch auto, I'm pretty sure.
Auto,
A redemption card, yeah.
Wow.
I think Ken had one in last year's one, so I forgot about that one as well.
That's
There's
cool.
just too many hits. I couldn't.
Just quietly,
can't
that's
remember.
huge.
That's massive.
That's massive.
Number
That's a big
22, yeah.
Nearly.
Especially Nate
Reach out to
too.
him on Instagram and ask him if he can sign it next time we play him.
Yeah, there we go. I'll just pull it out of my pocket after the game.
Out of my
Hey,
sock.
bro, can you
In the
sign this?
sock.
Put it in my sock, bro.
Yeah, right. Oh, there we go. That's 2-0. I think I won last week as
Nathan,
well.
big fan.
Yeah,
Can you just
do they?
sign this for me?
Beauty. All right, no auto, but what's
chase
that?
is
That's
on.
6 packs from that box now. So we'll keep opening that box each week with some other cards. We've got some NBA coming up. We'll do some to celebrate the FIBA World Cup. But yeah, we've got plenty more too. We'll do a lucky dip where we've got this box down here. There's all types of sports in there. We'll pick a pack out each and we'll open that as well. So plenty of things coming up, but thanks for tuning in. Nice Nathan Cleary card, and yeah, good to chat today, lads, and we'll do it all next week, eh?
It's good. Can't wait.
Beauty.
Go the Tillies.
Go the Tillies.
Go the Boomers
Go the
tomorrow.
Boomers.
Thanks to everyone that has tuned into the Clubhouse podcast. Please make sure you have hit the subscribe button on all our channels and also following us on social media at Ausmerican Aces so that you don't miss out on any announcements.
Catch you at the Clubhouse.